Penei Shabbat, Penei Shabbat nekabela.
Shabbat Shalom. It's wonderful to be here on this Shabbat together on this Friday night, spending Shabbat with all of you from across our community, from across the Philadelphia area and its suburbs, across our nation, certainly up and down our East Coast. So far, I know that we have folks in Washington, D.C., as well as Upper Dublin, Philadelphia, Elkins Park. Shabbat Shalom. As you come in, please take a second to introduce yourselves in the chat and perhaps even share where you're joining us from this morning. Try that again. Where you're joining us from this evening. Shabbat Shalom to Ellen and to Sharon, to Beverly and Phil, Sandy and Steve, to Amy and Robert and Shelley. Shabbat Shalom to Rich. It's just so wonderful to be joined here by everyone and for all of you to join me here in my home. We're going to begin tonight as we light our Shabbat candles. The Siddur that we are using is a PDF version of Siddur Kol HaNeshama, the Reconstructionist Siddur for Friday nights. And we are so grateful to the Thriving Communities Department of Reconstructing Judaism for making this available to all of us during this time of COVID-19 so that we are able to literally be on the same page together as we daven, as we bring in Shabbat together, as we build community. This week, one of the things that has been so powerful is that we have begun conversations at Or Hadash and throughout our community about, now that everything is sort of up and running virtually, how we take these next steps as we look towards the summer, as we look towards Shavuot in just a couple of weeks, perhaps even as we look towards the high holidays. And one of the things that was shared by one of our board members in conversation this week struck me so deeply, and perhaps I'll speak a little bit more about it as we move towards the middle of our service. But she said that Or Hadash is a very special and important place, a place that's in all of our hearts, and Or Hadash is so much more than a building. And during these 8 weeks, that has become so clear to me, that as we have opened our homes to one another through our Zoom windows, not caring whether our hair is done, not caring whether we are still wearing pajama pants, not caring whether a cat or a dog is jumping on our lap, acknowledging that we have toddlers and children walking in and out and through our rooms and our spaces, that building community is so much more than coming together in one space. It's about tying ourselves together in all of our different spaces when we are there. It's about coming together in our space. It's about coming into one another's homes for Shiva and for brisses and baby namings and welcome rituals, Sheva Brachot, and also for gathering virtually for each of those things. That Or Hadash and all of our sacred spaces are holy because we make them holy. They are place because we make them so. And so it is with kavanah, with that intention, that we welcome Shabbat into this space, into Or Hadash, and into all of the spaces which we are designating this week as Or Hadash, as we light our Shabbat candles. And is there someone in our house who wants to help me light Shabbat candles this week? Miss Bina? Come on over. Well, I'm going to light the fire part, but then whoa, I'm going to light the fire part, and then you can help me light the candles, okay? Hold way, 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 way down at the bottom. Good job. Now help me light it. Wait, let's let it. Oh, it went out. Let's try again.
What time I put this?
Here we go. Now it's ready. Here you go. Hold it way down at the bottom.
One time I
Do you want to help?
wax on my hand.
Yeah, let's not think about that one. Okay, that's one. And here's two. And now can you blow it out? Nice job. And let's bring in the light together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu le'adlik ner shel Shabbat. Page 2 in our packets, and the link to our prayer packets, to our Siddur, is in the live chat. So if you don't have it, take a second and perhaps download it, open it, find it. Page 2. Shiru l'Adonai, shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai, kol haaretz, shiru l'Adonai, baruch hu shemo, basaru miyom leyom yeshuato, shiru l'Adonai, shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai, kol haaretz, shiru l'Adonai, baruch hu shemo, basaru miyom leyom yeshuato, shiru l'Adonai, shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai, kol haaretz, shiru l'Adonai, baruch hu shemo, basaru miyom leyom yeshuato, basaru miyom leyom yeshuato. Page 3, the last two lines of Psalm 97. Or zaru latzadik, latzadik, uleishrei lev simcha, simcha, yananai, nai, nai. Or zaru latzadik, latzadik, uleishrei lev simcha, simcha, yananai, nai, nai. Yanai, nai, 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 yavanavadai. Yanai, nai, 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 nai. Yanai, nai, 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 nai. Or zaru latzadik, uleishrei lev simcha, simcha, simcha. Or zaru latzadik, uleishrei lev simcha, simcha. Or zaru latzadik, latzadik, uleishrei lev simcha, simcha. Yanai, nai, nai. Yanai, nai, 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 yavanavadai. Yanai, nai, 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 nai. Yanai, nai, 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 yavanavadai. Yanai, nai, 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 nai. Or zaru latzadik, uleishrei lev simcha, simcha, simcha. Or zaru latzadik, uleishrei lev simcha, simcha. Page 5, Mizmor LeDavid. We rise in spirit or in body for this psalm as we welcome in the majestic presence of holiness, of divinity into this space as we prepare to welcome the Shabbat bride. Yai nai nai yai na nai yan nai na na nai yai nai na nai yai nai yai nai 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 yai hai 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 nai 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 na nai nai yan na na nai na nai nai yan nai na nai nai yan na na nai nai yan nai na nai nai yan na na nai na nai nai yan nai na nai nai yan nai na na nai Mizmor leDavid Havu l'Adonai b'nei Elim Havu l'Adonai Kavod va'oz Havu l'Adonai kevod shemo Yishtachavu l'Adonai b'chadrat kodesh Kol Adonai al hamayim El hakavod hirim Adonai Almayim Rabim Kol Adonai Ba'koach Kol Adonai Shover Arabim Kol Behadar Kol Adonai Shover Arazim Vaishaver Adonai Et Zarzei Halvanon Vayarkidem K'mo Egel Lebanon Vesirion Kemo Vein Rehemim Kol Adonai Hotzev Lahavotesh Kol Adonai Yachil Midbar Yachil Adonai Midbar Kadesh Kol Adonai Cholel Ayalot Vayechesov Yeharot Uvechalo Kulo Omer Kavod Adonai Lama Buyashav Yishev Adonai Melech Leolam Adonai Oz Le'amo Yiten Adonai Yevarech Et Amo V'Shalom Yai hai hai nai hai nai Yai hai 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 Yai nai hai hai nai Yai nai hai hai Shabbat Shalom and Shabbat Shalom to Alan and Rich and Sharon who've joined us since last I welcomed folks, and again an invitation to introduce yourselves to one another as you are logging in tonight, to introduce yourselves in the chat so that we can see each other's faces during this Kabbalat Shabbat. It's at this moment in our service as we prepare to sing Lecha Dodi that we do a little bit of Kabbalat Panim. We look around our room and we introduce ourselves to one another. We share perhaps some of our joys. We share perhaps some of our oys. And we greet one another and see who is here in our community. And a big shout out, Mazal Tov, to Eileen, who is here celebrating becoming a first-time bubby, wishing everyone a happy Mother's Day. And certainly wishing all of the mothers, grandmothers, parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, pet parents, and those who are beloved by so many people, young and old, a wonderful Mother's Day weekend, and also the acknowledgement that these weekends of Mother's Day and Father's Day are not always easy for all of us, that parenthood is not always something, and celebrating parenthood is not always something that comes easily. And so to those who struggle during these times when people celebrate with family, we also hold that as we mark this weekend. And so happy Mother's Day to everyone. Mazal Tov to Eileen, and welcome as we turn to Lecha Dodi on page 6. Yedirai andai, yedirai yedirai, yedirai yedirai, yedirai ho nekabela oy lecha dodi likrat gala Pnei Shabbat nekabela Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad Hishmi'anu el hamiyuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad L'shem u'tiferet ve'litchila Likrat kala Pnei Shabbat nekabela Oy lecha dodi Likrat kala Pnei Shabbat nekabela Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha ki hi mekor haberacha merosh mikedem nesucha sof ma'aseh b'machshava techila Likrat kala Pnei Shabbat nekabela Olecha dodi Likrat kala Pnei Shabbat nekabela Second paragraph from the bottom of page 6 Hitoreri, ki vaorech kumi uri, shir daberi, kavod Adonai, alayich niglai. Likrat kala Pnei Shabbat nekabela Oy lecha dodi Likrat kala Pnei Shabbat nekabela Page 7 The third paragraph, Yamin usmol, tifrotzi, v'et Adonai ta'aritzi, al yad ish ben partzi, v'nismecha Likrat kala Pnei Shabbat nekabela Oy lecha dodi Likrat kala Pnei Shabbat nekabela We rise in spirit or in body and face the entrances of our homes as we greet the Shabbat bride. Boi v'shalom ateret bala gam besimcha uvetzochola toch emunei am segula ay lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela olecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. And as we come to the end of Kabbalat Shabbat, we take in a breath and we let one go. As we exhale the week that was. We exhale all that has been weighing on us. We exhale all that we have experienced. And as we breathe in, we breathe in the new. We breathe in the new week. We breathe in the possibility. We breathe in the hope. We breathe in connection. So I'll invite us to take a deep breath out as we exhale the week that was. And we breathe in the Shabbat, the rest, the promise of renewal, rejuvenation, and a fresh start as we enter into these 25 hours of Shabbat, step out of the week and into that place where we can regain all that we need in order to enter our new week. We rise together in spirit or in body on page 9 for Baruch Hu. As we bless the source of life, so we are blessed. As we bless the source of life, so we are blessed. And the blessing gives us strength and makes our vision clear. And the blessing gives us peace and the courage to dare. As we bless the source of life, so we are blessed. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'karo ma'ariv v'aravim b'chochma potei Hashem she'etim u'vim et hazmanim. ומעביר יום ומביא לילה ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה אדוני צבאות שמו אל חי וקיים תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד ברוך אתה אדוני המעריב ערבים אהבת עולם בית ישראל עמך אהבת. We read together at the bottom of page 10. We are loved by an unending love. We are embraced by arms that find us even when we are hidden from ourselves. We are touched by fingers that soothe us even when we are too proud for soothing. We are counseled by voices that guide us even when we are too embittered to hear. We are loved by an unending love. We are supported by hands that uplift us even in the midst of a fall. We are urged on by eyes that meet us even when we are too weak for meeting. We are loved by an unending love. Embraced, touched, soothed, and counseled. Ours are the fingers the voices. Ours are the hands, the eyes, the smiles. We are loved by an unending love. Blessed are you, beloved one, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Page 11, the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavecha ubechol nafshecha ubechol meotecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom alevavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha u'v'lechtecha b'derech ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך, ובשעריך, והיה עם שמוע תשמעו. Continue at our own pace with one of the two biblical selections that follows. Adonai Elohechem Emed V'munah Kol Sod V'Kayam Aleinu. At the bottom of page 13, in just a moment, we will lift up our voices together. Umalchuto baratzon kiblu alehem Moshe uMiriam uvnei Yisrael lecha anu shira b'simcha rabah. That according to God's sovereignty and God's will, they were called together, and Moses and Miriam and all of the people of Israel sang a joyful song, a song of great joy. A shira b'simcha rabah, a song in great joy. Mi chamocha is an acknowledgement of wonder that was sung by people who were not accustomed to seeing a whole lot of wonder. If we think back 8 weeks ago to, or actually 6 weeks ago to our Passover Seders, it is those people, the people whom we remember, whom we recall the story of, in whose place we are commanded each year to see ourselves within, being freed from slavery, bondage in Mitzrayim, in Egypt, in those narrow places, in that narrow place that are lifting up their voices in this song, in this Shira B'Simcha Rabbah, in this song of great joy. And so, of course, we wonder how people who were recently enslaved can lift up their voices in great song and acknowledgement of miracles. I think that the easiest answer to that would be, well, because they just saw the 10 plagues, and they just saw their own moment of liberation, and they just saw their ability to pack up and leave, and the waters part in front of them and to go through. But I think that there's a more challenging answer, a more difficult answer, and perhaps a more honest answer when I think about what it means for me to sing a song of acknowledgement of miracles when I feel like I am in a narrow place, when I feel confined, when I feel constricted, when I feel that darkness creeping in, when I feel the press of Mitzrayim, of narrowness, There is something in the acknowledgement of miracles that I can see even as I am dwelling within that Mitzrayim, in that dark place, in that constriction, in that narrowness, that allows me to see beyond, that allows each of us to see that light, to see the beginning of the miraculous, even in the midst of the darkness. Rabbi Nachman of Bratslav taught a lot about this. He taught that, many believe that Rabbi Nachman was someone who struggled with bipolar depression or another form of depression throughout his life. He speaks of the black bile that wells up inside of a person, that darkness that creeps up, perhaps that darkness of depression. And that when one sees someone in the midst of that darkness, perhaps on the side, perhaps withdrawing from community, that the thing that the person should do who sees a person dealing with this or struggling with this is to go over to that person and take their hand and invite them to join the dance, to invite them to join the song, to invite them to join the whatever the ecstatic thing that the community is doing. Because slowly, that person as they join the dance, that person as they join the song, that person as they raise their voice in the singing of that nigun, that person begins to glimpse the miraculous. That person begins to glimpse the mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh, nora tehilot oseh feleh. That notion of who is like you among all. Marlene asked which rabbi I'm talking about, Rabbi Nachman of Bratslav. And so it's with this inclination, this kavanah, this intention that we sing Mi Chamocha, that in whatever way we feel that we are in the midst of Mitzrayim right now, whether we feel that we are still deep in the thick of it, or whether perhaps we see that we are beginning to come out and glimpse light at the end, that we either pull one another, that we either take on that role of pulling the other into the dance, into the song, into the nigun, the wordless melody, or perhaps we allow ourselves to be pulled in. We allow ourselves to join that dance. Mi chamocha on the bottom of page 13 and 14. ומלכותו ורצון קיבלו עליהם משה ומרים ובני ישראל לחנו שירה בשמחה רבה ואמרו כולם מי כמוך מי כמוך מי כמוך מי כמוך מי כמוך מי כמוך באלים אדוני מי כמוך Mi kamocha, mi kamocha, mi kamocha, mi kamocha, mi kamocha nedar bakodesh nora tehilot oseh feleh nora tehilot oseh feleh malchutecha ראו בניך בוקי הים, לפני משה זה אלי, אנו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, יאי נאי 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 Yai na 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 yai na 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 yai na 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 yai na 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 yai na 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 hai yan na na 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 yan na yai yai na yai Baruch atah Adonai. Oh. ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו Baruch atah Adonai, Gal Yisrael. Page 15. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, v'amidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Ufros aleinu sukat, sukat, shalomecha. Ufros aleinu sukat, sukat, shalomecha. Baruch atah Adonai, aporei sukat shalom, aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'al Yerushalayim. We rise in spirit or in body for Vishamru on page 15. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. And we turn to page 17 for the Amidah, silent for the evening, and we read as a kavanah, as an intention, the poem by Rabbi Sheila Peltz Weinberg at the bottom of page 16. Dear God, open the blocked passageways to you, the congealed places. Roll away the heavy stone from the well, as your servant Jacob did when he beheld his beloved Rachel. Help us open the doors of trust that have been jammed with hurt and rejection. As you open the blossoms in spring, even as you open the heavens in storm, open us to feel your great, awesome, and wonderful presence. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid teilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai. Ose Shalom bimromav, Hu ya'aseh Shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'imeru Amen. Shabbat Shalom. And as we read the visions of a world healed, whole, and at peace in our chat, we also turn to our prayer for healing and for wholeness, our Mishaberach Lecholim. We take a moment to share names for Mishaberach in our chat. And I will also read the list of names of those for healing that I have on our congregational Mishaberach list before me in the space between the two verses of our prayer in song. And so we take this moment to send our intention, our love, our prayers, and perhaps our intention with the work of our hands to care for one another and to pray for health and healing, healing of body, healing of mind, healing of spirit to all of those in our community and in our concentric circles of community who are in need of healing. Mishaberach Yavotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. And this week we are thinking of and sending our energy and intention for healing towards Roberta Archibald, Arden Bell, Jillian Eve Bach, Rabbi Deborah Bowen, Sarah Cerulnik, Bill Conrad, Robin Cupo, Francesca Dever, Eric Gershman, Jonathan Giannini, George Glansberg, Gail Glansberg, Hal Goodman, Amy Gross, Sheila Guthrie, Alberta Hall, Cordula Hamish, Chava Hurley, Michelle Kalish, Sharon Cass, Fran Kaufman, Elsie Lieberstein, Len McEwen, Robert Mueller, William Mueller, Anthony Nero, Lisa Nicholson, Mike Oswald, Stan Pollock, Abby Rosenberg, Mike Rosenberg, Shelley Sanders, Willie Schneer, Bertha Schwartz, Tricia Slater, Margaret Steiber, Ellen Stuerman, Lloyd Suter, Lynn Van Engel, Isabel Vita, Stan Wexstein, Molly Weissman, Grace Zangwill, Eileen Zeff, and Dorothy, Debbie, Yosef Ben Nissen Varachel, Sue Courtwright, Ann Lefko, Marlene Ross's mother, Doris Vine. Amy Alberts is sending a prayer for healing for Eddie Schlosser, Eric Griffin Shelley, healing for all of the frontline healthcare workers and others at risk. Yishaberach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Le'avotenu shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. We turn from our prayer for healing to our prayer for counting the days of this season, the days between Pesach and Shavuot, the days of the Omer. And this week we began, last night we began to count the fourth week of the Omer. We are over our center point between Pesach and Shavuot. This week, in just a couple of days, we'll hit Lag BaOmer, the sort of pause point in the Omer, when there is a tradition of taking a moment from our various restrictions of the Omer period, however we understand them, and celebrating. It's a day of haircuts, a day of bows and arrows and archery and bonfires and wedding ceremonies. And so Lag BaOmer falls later this week. And so last night we counted 29 days. And my Omer assistant doesn't need to wear a shirt. She's not even 3. Come here. Omer assistant, come on over. Hey, Omer assistant. Bina, do you want to help me count the Omer? Hey, come on. There we go. As long as everyone promises not to screen grab this and share it at her high school graduation, we're all good. So, Bina, would you like to count the Omer with me? Let's say the blessing. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Baruch. No, you want to do it? Baruch Atah Adonai. Asher. B'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al Prat HaOmer. And last night we counted 29 days. So should we count? 1, 2, 3. Okay, if you're not going to count them, we'll just skip right down to Hayom Shloshim Yamim Shehem Arba Shavuot V'Shtei Yamim LaOmer. Today marks 30 days, which is 4 weeks and 2 days of the Omer. And so we are in this light blue week, this 4th week, which is the week of Hod, the week of glory and splendor. And as we enter into this second day of the 4th week, we enter into Gevura, the day of Gevura Sheba Hod, of strength and of power and perhaps of judgment and justice within splendor and glory. And so as we think about this strength and justice within glory, we enter into this weekend, this Mother's Day weekend, with, I think, a kavanah, an intention that certainly rings true in my family, a family that has strong matriarchs, a family that has a legacy of people supporting one another through thick and through thin, of sharing stories with bravery, of being there for one another when we need them most. And so this day of Gevura Sheba Hod, of justice and strength within glory, within splendor, certainly makes me think of my mom and the matriarchs of my family. And so perhaps we dedicate this counting of the Omer to all of the strong and awesome and fearless mothers out there as we enter into this Mother's Day weekend. And we'll rise together in body or in spirit for Aleinu toward the bottom of page 26. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon hakol, la'teitz gedula le'otzer breshit, shenatan lanu torat emet v'chayei olam nata betochenu, v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech Malchei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu, Shel ככתוב בתורתך אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. And we remain standing in spirit or in body for Kiddush, for Kiddush, our blessing over the grape juice. Hey you, Miss Bina, do you want to join me for Kiddush, for some grape juice? Bina, would you like some grape juice? Come on up. Come on up. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Borei Peri Hagafen. Want to hold this? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'yahava u'ratzon hinchilanu zikaron le'maseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikra'e kodesh zecher letziat Mitzrayim Ki elenu karata ve'otanu kidashta la'avodatecha ve'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch ata Adonai mekadesh l'chaim. Yesher koach. We can be seated. And as we turn to Mourner's Kaddish, as we turn to Kaddish Yatom, we also turn in our hearts and in our memories to those whom we've loved and lost, those whom we remember at this season, those whom we've lost in recent days and weeks and months, those who we've lost in the last 11 months, the last year. I want to invite you, if you're saying Kaddish for someone this evening, to share their name in the chat so that all of their memories can mingle together as we join in prayer and memory. This week at Or Hadash, we mark the yortzites of Harold Anderson, husband of Harold I. Alexander, husband of Marie Alexander, of Abraham Golub Gendelman, grandfather of Laura Medalis, Patricia Elliott, mother of Wendy Elliott Vandeveer, Evelyn Braverman, mother of Mitch Braverman, Fred Freimark, stepfather of Laura Medalis, Phyllis Pitko, mother-in-law of Alan Lindy, Leonard Rosenthal, father of Stu Rosenthal, Dale Enter, father-in-law of Janice Trope Enter, Sonia Markland, cousin of Laura Medalis, Hannah Miller, friend of Karen Friedman, Ethel Rudolph, grandmother of Jeffrey Roman, and Mildred Cooper Smith, mother of Stephen Cooper Smith. And we add to our list this week also Ira Jaffe. And we note that we are also in a period of Shloshim for Carol Debbie Schoenfeld, grandmother of C.J. Mitika and great-grandmother of Ayla and Sammy. Also in a period of Shloshim for David Thomas Verdon, father of Claire Verdon, father-in-law of Diane Goldstein, grandfather of Abigail and Isabel Goldstein. And also still within a period of Shloshim for Leo Vine, late father of Marlene Ross, father-in-law of Steve Ross, and grandfather of Josh and Sarah. So I want to invite mourners and those who are observing a yortzeit to rise in spirit or in body for Kaddish Yatom, for Mourner's Kaddish, along with all of those whose tradition it is to rise for Kaddish. Page 28. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemeh rabah, ve'alma divrach yirutei ve'amlich malchutei, b'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevorach le'olam u'lalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shmei dekudsha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechamata ta'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'el kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'el kol Yisrael ve'el kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. Zichronam livracha. May their memories be a blessing for all of us. And Shabbat Shalom. It's so wonderful to be here tonight together with everyone. And a special welcome to a few people who I didn't get the opportunity to welcome by name at the beginning. Welcome to Marlene and Steve, Ross, to Charles and Susan Gardner, to Wendy and John and Lucy, and a special welcome to Leah Garber and Andrea Lankin, dear friends who used to live here in Philadelphia, who now live in New Jersey, who are joining us virtually from New Jersey this week. Welcome and Shabbat Shalom to everyone. At Or Hadash, we have some wonderful programs coming up that I want to take just a moment to announce. Tomorrow morning, our Shabbat services and offerings continue at 9 a.m. with Torah study and at 10 a.m. with our service. And this week is Shabbat in the park. Usually what that means is that we all join together at the same park. What this means, of course, this spring is that we all join together virtually, but from our very own parks. So whether from a park or the woods nearby your home, or from a front yard, backyard, back porch, we are going to join together for Shabbat in our own parks and integrate nature and the wonderful spring that is all around us into our davening and into our study. Torah study will have two tracks in the morning. One, our more traditional Torah study, discussion-based study of this week's Torah portion, Parshat Emor, will be led this week. We're very excited by the members of the Monday night Torah study group, whose in-depth study of Torah has synced up with our weekly cycle this week as the two streams intersect and we reach the Torah portion that they have been studying now line by line for quite some time, Parshat Emor. And then parallel to that, at the same time, in the very same Zoom link, we'll do this by breakout rooms, will be a track with led by our education director, Maura Barbara Weissman, who will be leading an arts and nature activity and study. So arts and nature and Torah study discussion tomorrow morning at 9, and then our Shabbat in the Park service starting at 10, all on Zoom. And you'll be able to find the link through the Or Hadash website. Next Saturday night, the 16th, we'll be joining together also on Zoom for Havdalah and a book release event. One of our members, Jules Mermelstein, will be speaking about his new book, Justice, Justice You Shall Pursue, which is an ethical and legal mystery thriller, and he'll be leading us in a conversation about some of the ethical issues that he brings up in his book, and that's on Saturday night, May 16th. And then Erev Shavuot, we'll be having our Erev Shavuot night of study on Thursday night, May 28th, and members of our Or Hadash community, and we're also proud to announce that we're going to be joined as well by the clergy and members of two other synagogues in the area who want to combine with us for the evening. Will be joining, or Temple Sinai and Tiferet Bet Israel will be joining us for a Shavuot night of study hosted by Or Hadash on Zoom, with wonderful breakout sessions taught by our members and our staff, yoga and study and make your own ice cream and come together and learn some Torah and prepare for Revelation together as we come together as one community for Erev Shavuot. And all of that is on Thursday night, May 28th. And a quick reminder as well, especially to our Or Hadash members who are joining us, that next week before services on Friday afternoon, the 15th, is our annual meeting. That is on Zoom prior to our service. The service starts at 7:30 here on the live stream, but the annual meeting will be on Zoom prior to our 7:30 service. And so we'll conclude our davening this evening again with a giant welcome to everyone and a big Shabbat Shalom to all who have joined and gathered from across the country and across and up and down the East Coast, and certainly across the Philadelphia area and the suburbs of the area that Or Hadash most often draws from when we are not virtual. And we'll conclude with Hamotzi, our blessing over the challah. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. And we'll see you all tomorrow morning, next week, and all around. Shabbat shalom from our to your home.